everybody. Today we have here with us Shobana, the well-known actress of the Malayalam screen and a consummate Bharatanatyam dancer. Shobana, let me thank you right at the beginning for taking time off from your busy schedule and spending some time for Kairali.
Thank you, and this is my first interview for Kairali.
Yeah, I know that. When you first hit the silver screen, most of us came to know of you as the little niece of the Travancore sisters, Lalita, Padmini and Ragini. And you seem to be following their footsteps in more ways than one, not just cinema, but in terms of dance too. Can you tell us something about your relationship with them and how exactly you came to enter the film world?
My aunts, that is my father's sisters, were Srimati Lalita, Padmini and Ragini. I actually came to films much earlier than 1984. I did my first film in 1979 as a child artist in the film Mangala Naiki, and I was recommended by the veteran actress Srimati K.R. Vijaya.
Yes.
So this was a remake of the Tamil of the Hindi film Sajan Bina Suhagan. And that's it. I did that one film, and then I took a break. I went back to studies. If I want to take a break, I usually go back to school, not the other way around.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So then I did another film in 1983, Bhakta Dhruva Markandeya. It was a mythological film. Then in 1984, January was my film, April 18th.
That was your first feature film?
That was my first feature film in Malayalam, yes.
But many actresses turn to dance when they are, what you say is the lifespan of a heroine in Indian cinema seem to be very, very small. And many actresses seem to turn to dance after they think that their life as an actress is over or something like that. What was it like for you?
First of all, there are not many actresses who are looking at classical dancing professionally. There are a few actresses, but the thing is, in this field you cannot, classical dancing needs as much as time as films. You cannot one day decide to quit films and then decide to go, okay, now I'm out of films, let me start on a dancing career. It doesn't work that way. For me, I was simultaneously in it. Even when I was doing my films, I made it a point to go to classes, and I made it a point to at least do a couple of programs, not for anything but for the fact that because performing keeps you in it actively. It is also about performing. It is not only knowledge, it is also about it. And I, at least for the performances, I had to physically work. So when I was in the films, when I was shooting in villages, I made it a point to rehearse every day. I made it a point.
And you were a student of Srimati Chitra Vishweshwaran.
I am a student of Srimati Chitra Vishweshwaran. I had learnt dance from her for, I think, over 15 years. And we still, I still keep in touch.
Can you tell us something about the particular style of dancing that Chitra Vishweshwaran has and which you have picked up?
See, every style, every artist who contributes to dancing, Bharatanatyam or any classical form is a very individualistic style. When you learn from a guru, you are taught certain things. You are taught a style of dancing. You are taught her style of dancing. You are taught her approach to dancing, and this. But then after that, it is up to you to use those thoughts and to create a style of your own. In that way, in that trend, like they say in Tamil, that vasana has to be there, maybe not the vari. So she learned from her gurus, but she adapted all her thoughts and she made it a form that would suit her physical body and her her mental attitude. And it reflects, the dance always reflects the individual character. So her dance reflected hers, and then after that, given such a strong base, it is my job to take it on and not to be spoon fed, and to give it my own approach. The same way for my students.
What do you think is really the role of an individual dancer to innovate?
There are certain formats that we adhere to, because as long as you have to convince yourself that it is aesthetic, and the aesthetics also change from person to person. You see, but if you overall invoke a sense of rasa from the audience, you know that you are going in the correct path. Basically, it has to be good for the audience. They have to appreciate it, and yeah.
So you have a base in classical
Yes.
training,
Classical
and
training.
you say that it is possible for an individual dancer to add on to what you have learned and to create something.
That's what
of
I
your
said.
own.
That's what I said. Add on. I don't know if it's going to evolve for the better,
Yeah.
but a dancer will only create a form of dance to suit her mental image, her character, her body also. Now I'm tall. I can't do certain things that my guru did, and she can't do certain things that I did, and my students can't do. Might not look good for them. That something that looks good on me for. So that is changing.
Apart from the evolution that comes from inside you, which is what you
Right.
have been describing, there have been instances where classical dancers have very consciously tried to bring in new subjects
Right.
and incorporate different kinds of styles into their dance,
Right.
or what we call the contemporary Indian dance or
Right.
something like that. Have you been interested in this kind of an experiment?
Yes, I have been interested, because I have got this exposure to films, so I am quite broad-minded in that way. Second thing is, because I've got so much of exposure, and I've done all that kind of Western dancing, and there is no real urge to do something in the classical aspect. So there are mostly what I do is I try and do what I am trained to do best, because I've already done all this in the films personally now. A lot of dancers, it's out of a curiosity, why we dance also changes as we grow older. In the beginning, the students dance because it's nice to put on makeup and jewelry and get on stage, and it's a lot of fun. Then comes the professional performances, when you're at the prima donna stage, when you have the spotlight on you. Then after that, it starts becoming a spiritual thing. So a lot of senior dancers says, okay, that's all fine, we've done it, been there, seen it all. But now we are starting to dance for the spirituality of the whole thing, to make contact with the audience, to enjoy the enjoyment that they are having while they see us perform.
Have you felt the need
No,
to
I have also done, coming back to the question, I've also done a few innovations, if I can say. I have performed with drums, which is not usually done. I have performed with drums, and I am kind of into rhythm a lot. So I have done experiments while I have only danced a lot of Shuddha Nritam, that is there. Then I have done 2 Western songs, like for Kairali, I did some kind of a fusion, some little bit of fusion, where I have incorporated some movements that I have liked from other styles, which I thought suited the music very well. Basically, I try and go. Music is an integral part of dance. There is no dance without music. That is what nobody. I mean, of course, but there should be a lot more reaction to the music. That is when the dance becomes complete. So why there was a little bit of criticism, a film artist, they can do that, but if you hear the music, one would feel that it is totally in sync to the music. And that's why I have incorporated jumps and a little bit of turning and swishing and all that. Then I also feel that every artist should not be set, because the audiences she or he performs to are different. So she should be able to change her repertoire in according to the audience. Like if you're a master, you should be able to hold an audience of fishermen. You should be able to hold an audience of connoisseurs, total people who've been into the art, know everything about it, critics. Hold an audience who's total foreign to the art, like when you go to America, you should still be able to hold their attention. And school children, not only critics, she's able to convince the critics that she's a good artist. I don't think so. I think you have to be able to basically communicate. Art for me is basically communication. Certain parts it has to be subtle, certain parts it has to be dramatic, because your crowd is like that. It's no point you doing a good job and nobody understands it.
I was actually coming to this question of holding the attention of the audience.
Right.
I wanted to know that when you this is not when you're doing experimental thing or experimenting with rhythm or whatever, but when you do a traditional repertoire, do you find it difficult nowadays?
Where is the traditional? You mean the regular repertoire, margam?
Yeah, regular.
Yeah,
if we can use that word,
right,
for want of a better word.
Yes.
When you do that, do you find it in this age when people are always decrying youngsters are looking at MTV, VTV, fast music, they don't have the patience, they are not exposed to
youngsters means college students,
teenagers and so on. So everybody's talking about the corrupting influence of this new kind of music and dance and stuff like that. Right. Do you find it as a dancer,
difficult to hold an audience?
Yes. Do you think that this is really true, all these
see, for me, I've being a film artist, I have seen various kinds of audiences.
And also as the years go by, when you danced 10 years back and when you dance now.
When I danced 10 years back, it was very difficult in Kerala, because of that film name and all that. Nothing I used to do used to really go into, get into the audience, because it's not their fault. So over the years I have, tried to give them themes that they will be easily able to identify it with, like the Ramayana, make it little humorous. So for me these days it's not getting difficult for me to communicate. I immediately know if it's college. The college kids are very smart. It's not like college kids, they don't understand, they understand everything. So when it is a college, because if it is good, they love it. They will give you so much of love, so much of applause. If it is bad, they will boo you off the stage. It is no being polite there.
So how is it working in music albums? You have worked with Amitabh Bachchan, isn't it?
Yes, I've worked with him.
It was great to see that, but how did you feel doing a music album?
It was different in the sense, one album they shot over 7 days, so that itself and they were very, very, what do you say? They were very, very correct. They were very intricate in their working, and they were very slow and perfectionist. The cameraman was a very famous cameraman, and Mr. Bachchan was a gentleman. It was nice hanging out with him. He's got a great sense of humor, and he is so into Malayalam films. It's amazing. He knows everybody. He knows all the main heroes. It's fine. He also knows the next in line, the character artists. He knows all their names. So he impressed me. He really impressed me with his knowledge about Malayalam film.
But were you interested in doing more albums of that kind? Or are you into
I have done more albums. I have done one for Bharat Bala, Vande Mataram, with Shubha Mudgal singing in the background. That was another fusion. That was me doing nritta to drums again. It was a very nicely taken thing. What else have I done? music album. That's all I've done.
Well, I don't know too much about it, but there was something about you working with Michael Jackson.
There was something about me. I did go. And Prabhu Deva, A.R. Rahman, Shivamani the drummer, and who were the other people involved? Bharat Bala Productions. We did go to Munich, and it was a kind of a finale to his Munich concert. They had a concert from 3 o'clock in the afternoon in this major stadium there, and it was a great experience. And the Indian part of the show, which is one song, was the last bit of that performance. It was the grand finale.
So what do you think of Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson, I'm afraid I didn't meet because he had some injury, and we didn't get to meet him. But we were there. We had a lot of fun otherwise too. It was a little bit of a disappointment, but it was a very big show. It was a great experience. It was a very huge show. You had speakers the height of a building almost, that kind of thing.
Do you think that modern dance, not modern contemporary classical dance, but modern dance as we call it, is more of a performance, more of a show than actual talent in dancing?
Show, if it is, should be a show. The sense it should be showmanship. And the artists who do modern dancing are obviously motivated by the music, and they are motivated by the way they move, and they like the way they move. So there should not be anything wrong.
So being an actress,
I love to see any kind of dance performed well.
Me too.
I love
any kind of dance.
any kind of dance.
Yeah. But has it helped you in any way, being an actress or a star for
dance
performance?
The only way it's helped me is it's helped me to get performances. It's helped me to get. It'll be wrong if I say that it's got nothing to do with each other. At least I've got the experiences of performing. I might not say that all the performances were great in the sense of, organization, and they were just mass concerts. But the good thing that happened out of these mass concerts was that I got a lot of experience performing. So I am able to, if there are any slips on stage, I'm able to cover it, which is important. You just can't stand there if you make a mistake. You can make mistakes. Everybody, they can make a mistake. The musicians, something can happen. The light, the current can go off. That is, they're working on the hotel, so that's good. So then,
coming to performances on screen, is there any kind of performance of yours that you have liked very much?
See, I've really not. I mean, people have liked, otherwise I wouldn't be here still. But I was always thought I could have done better, which is the regular thing. Every artist thinks that they can do better, otherwise they will stagnate.
Well, do you think you have got the kind of roles that you really deserve as an artist?
Yes, I think I've been one of the more luckier ones. The sense is I've had the opportunities to work with all the top directors. I'm not saying top in the sense of being commercial. I'm saying directors who are well respected and who are brilliant directors. And whether it is commercial cinema, whether it is art cinema, whether it is Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil, I have worked with the cream of the crop. And that itself is very difficult for an artist to get. I worked with Bhagiraj. I have worked with Mr. K. Balachandar. I have worked with Mr. Raghavendra Rao, who is the god out there, commercial. I have worked with Mr. Adur Gopalakrishnan. I've worked with Mr. Fazil. I've worked with Mr. Aravindan, Mr. Balu Mahendra, and Mr. Priyadarshan, Mr. Ivy Sashi. I've taken, So in my career, of the career span, I've been very lucky because I was also concentrating on dance. So I was not really high profile like that, only in Kerala. So what happens is, if you're really concentrating on becoming a superstar, then you'll only get superstardom and you won't get anything else. Whereas I was not. I was, even in Tamil, I was not there totally. I was not there. So I managed to get the right roles. So I'm quite happy with my opportunities. And also, to get those kind of opportunities, you also have to spend that time. I was not really all there. I was also half into dancing.
Yes. Well, considering that you wanted a different kind of life for yourself as an artist, that you wanted to have experience as a dancer, satisfaction as a dancer, as well as be on the screen, and you're happy having worked with different kinds of directors from different, what we call, conveniently called art cinema, commercial cinema, and so on. But in spite of all that, do you really think that, as an artist, to feel satisfied about doing a role, do you think that opportunity is there? I mean, do you get the kind of roles that, and by you, I don't mean you personally,
Yeah.
but maybe women, I mean women.
Okay.
Do you get the kind of roles that you really think that can bring out the complete potential of an artist?
See, of course, every artist would love to have people, directors making an out and out 3-hour movie on the woman, and that she will do a good job, she will do an excellent job, she might get the awards. But so film should run. It has to be a commercially viable thing, and this at this age and era, it's not so. If you take a film a certain way, the film runs. And who is going to sit and invest a crore just because they think that you're a brilliant artist? That only comes once or twice in a lifetime.
ഗംഗ ഇപ്പൊ എവിടെ പോകുന്നു?
അത് കൊള്ളാം. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ അല്ലിക്ക് കല്യാണാഭരണം എടുക്കാൻ പോണെന്ന്.
ഗംഗ ഇപ്പൊ പോകണ്ട.
ഞാൻ പോണ്ടേ?
വേണ്ട.
ഞാനിന്ന് രാവിലെയും പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നതാണല്ലോ, പിന്നെന്താ ഇപ്പോഴൊരു മനംമാറ്റം?
ഗംഗ ഇപ്പൊ പോകണ്ട.
അതെന്താ? അല്ലിക്ക് ആഭരണം എടുക്കാൻ ഞാൻ കൂടെ പോയാല്?
വേണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ?
എന്താ എന്താ ഞാൻ കൂടെ പോയാല്?
പോകണ്ട.
വിടമാട്ടെ. വിടമാട്ടെ. அப்ப நீ என்ன இங்கிருந்து எங்கேயும் போக விட மாட்டே? ஐயோ நாயே, உனக்கு எவ்வளவு தைரியம் இருந்தா இப்பவும் என் கண் முன்னாடி வந்து நிப்ப? இன்னைக்கு துர்காஷ்டமி, உன்னை நான் கொன்னு ஓ ரத்தத்தை குடிச்சு ஓங்கார நடனம் விடுவேன்.
ഗംഗേ!
What about your present day roles in cinema?
My present day roles? I'm not doing anything.
Well, you are. You just appeared in a Malayalam film.
Yeah, okay. I just appeared in a Malayalam film, which is, I hear it's doing extremely well. I went for the film yesterday, and it was a nice film, very engrossing film.
Are you happy with your own performance in that?
Yeah, I'm happy with
Of
my
course, not your
performance.
performance, but about your role in that.
Yeah, it's fine. It suited the role. It suited the character.
So
It suited the story,
So-
and it's a hit
that's the most important thing.
as well. Sadly,
So what is the criteria when you really take up a role?
when I really take up a role, if it is
Obviously,
I have done films like Agni Sakshi.
and-
Also, it's not like I'm only doing a film like Valiyetan,
That's
just
exactly why I
coming
asked
for
about
three scenes and leaving. It's not only that, but why not?
So obviously, then you're not looking at like some other stars, looking at the length of the time or the how much you appear, or
I
how
am very
meaty your
secure.
role is, or whatever.
No, that also. I did Agni Sakshi. I've done Yatra. I've done Kanamariyathu.
So
I've also done other films where the films have flopped, badly bombed. It's all part of the career.
So it's
Okay.
like you still want to maintain the richness of the experience that you get on stage and the experience that you get on screen. So you also you still would prefer it this way, that you do different kinds of roles.
See, only now that all these wants are beginning to happen. When 10 or 15 years ago, I've never really actively thought I would space my career. All this just happened, and everything happened for the good. I would never really thought I should do this, and this, and
Do you
this and
think
that.
like that now?
Now I'm saying that I will concentrate more on my dance. I have a dance school, which is slightly important to me. I'm spending a lot of time there with the students. I'm having a lot of fun. So with the dance school, I'm also learning. Every teacher knows that. As you teach, you also learn a lot, because you break it down, you know, and then you understand all that all over again, and you learn from your students' mistakes.
Yeah.
And my films, that when something nice like Valiyattan comes along, I'll do it. Valiyattan, Agni Sakshi, all these films.
Yeah. So I hope we'll see you more on stage. I'm sure we will, but I hope we'll also see you doing really fantastic roles on screen.
I also hope so.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Geeta.
Thank you.